A lot of what CIA teaches us, Francesca, is what you teach your followers, if you can believe it, right?
Really?
They teach us body language. They teach us micro expressions. They teach us physical dynamics, and they teach us nonverbal and verbal communication cues, things that trigger a predictable response in the psychology of the human brain, because all human beings have one thing in common: the way their brain is created. Skin color can be different, accents can be different, language can be different, but the brain still operates the same way. The cognitive functions of the brain are the same. Sometimes they are higher order processing, sometimes they are lower order processing. Only in the event that you have a brain that is not neurotypical, for example, autistic or some kind of retardation or whatever else, only in a brain that is not neurotypical do you lose the ability to predict the outcomes of certain behavioral inputs. So whether you're talking to a Senegalese male who has no education, or whether you're talking to a very well-educated British citizen, you can still trigger the same behaviors if you use certain verbal and nonverbal cues.
Can you give me some examples of some verbal or nonverbal cues?
You're using one right now. A smile is a very powerful nonverbal cue that is internationally recognized as a warm, open behavior. Similarly, crossing the arms is the opposite of a smile, right? Mm-hmm. This is a very closed form of body language. Anywhere in the world, if you cross your arms, the nonverbal cue that you're sending is a defensive cue, right? Leaning towards somebody, opening the chest and leaning towards somebody, that is a sign of energy. Now, that energy can be communicated in different ways. That's why sometimes people associate energy and power as being the same thing. So they'll call it a power move to lean into somebody. But in fact, what you're doing is it's an energetic move. You're applying energy to the situation. And if you know how to predict the response of your target, sometimes they'll respond by bringing more energy to you. That's what happens in a romantic relationship. I lean into somebody who's attracted to me, and what do? They lean into me. But if it's a threatening situation, or like a boss and coworker, you might lean into somebody who then backs away because it's more of a conflict or a threat.